220, 220, 220, going twice. Gotta go guess what, Nat?
Dead man walking.
Fair warning tonight. Solid weight here. You got it for 210.
When Storage Wars debuted in 2010, it was just a risky experiment built on blind bids and unpaid storage lockers. 15 years later, it became a television empire and left behind a trail of broken partnerships, lawsuits, health crises, and disappearances. Who walked away with everything and who lost far more than money? What really happened once the cameras stopped rolling? Join us as we uncover the true fate of the Storage Wars cast, the breakup that changed everything.
Are you gonna bowl right now?
Yeah, right. Told you, so watch your feet.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, are you okay?
Brandy Passante and Jared Schultz were Storage Wars' original power couple, known for their fearless bidding from Season 1 through Season 13. Identified on screen as husband and wife, Passante and Schultz never actually married, despite having 2 children together, Cameron and Peyton. Their dynamic, constant arguing, mixed with genuine partnership, made them fan favorites who seemed destined to bid together forever. At the series' start, Schultz and Passante owned and operated the Now and Then thrift store in Orange, California. In Season 4, they opened a second location in Long Beach, but by Season 5's premiere, that store had failed to make a profit since opening day, putting the pair in financial jeopardy. The Long Beach store closed during the episode that aired on April 8, 2014, and their Orange store permanently closed in early 2016, eliminating the retail outlet where they'd sold their storage finds for years. The business failures revealed cracks in their partnership. Buying storage units only works if you can quickly flip the inventory at retail prices. Without functioning stores, Brandy and Jared had to sell items online, through other dealers, or at swap meets, all slower, less profitable channels than having their own retail location. The financial stress almost certainly contributed to relationship tensions that would eventually end the couple. Their on-screen dynamic was combustible from day one. Viewers loved watching them argue about which lockers to bid on, how much to spend, and whether items were worth keeping or selling. Jared played the aggressive risk-taker who wanted big scores, while Brandy served as the cautious voice of reason, concerned about budgets. This dynamic worked brilliantly for television, built-in conflict that producers didn't have to manufacture. Despite business failures, A&E gave the couple their own spin-off, Brandy and Jared. Married to the Job premiered August 12, 2014, focusing on them balancing business and raising Cameron and Peyton. The show ran for 8 episodes before cancellation, after which Brandy and Jared returned to Storage Wars. Their relationship appeared stable on camera through Season 13, giving no indication of the private crisis brewing behind the scenes. The couple split in November 2018 during Storage Wars Season 12 hiatus, but kept it secret for 2 years. When Season 13 premiered in 2021, Brandy confirmed on camera, "I'm not with Jared anymore," revealing to fans that the relationship had ended. In June 2020, Brandy told the Dad Diary podcast she was basically a single mother, and that Jared was an absent father. The breakup turned ugly. In April 2021, TMZ caught Jared on camera shoving Brandy at a Lake Forest bar where she was with friends. Police were called, but Jared left before officers arrived. He was later charged with misdemeanor domestic violence battery. A&E investigated, and Jared never returned to Storage Wars. In October 2021, Brandy got a tattoo reading "Free," captioning Instagram posts about escaping a difficult situation and living without fear. After the show returned from hiatus, Brandy declined to reappear alongside Jared. She returned for seasons 14, 15, and 16 as a solo buyer. Jared hasn't appeared since season 13, apparently focusing on outlaw apparel, his clothing brand, which he founded in 2002. Jared's net worth is estimated at $2 million as of 2025, while Brandy's is approximately $2 million. For season 16, Brandy posted on Instagram, "It's happening. expressing excitement about flying solo. The woman who spent 13 seasons as half of Storage Wars' most famous couple has reinvented herself as an independent buyer, proving she never needed Jared to succeed. Brandy's solo success demonstrates that her value to Storage Wars was never dependent on being part of a couple. Her sharp eye for merchandise, negotiating skills, and natural camera presence made her a star in her own right. The Young Guns partnership may have launched her career, but Brandy's individual talents have sustained it. She represents a powerful narrative about women thriving after leaving toxic relationships, using the free tattoo and her continued television success as proof that independence beats dysfunction. Viewers have overwhelmingly supported Brandy's solo journey, with social media comments praising her strength and congratulating her escape from a relationship that many fans suspected was problematic. Long before the domestic violence incident became public, her ability to maintain her television career while Jared disappeared from the show sends a clear message about consequences and accountability in the reality TV industry. But what happened to the show's original villain, whose catchphrase became more famous than the man himself? The lawsuit, the stroke, and the comeback.
A few boxes in here. There's old oak furniture in the back. It's not really what I came out here for, but if it can be bought right, there's a profit in there.
Dave Hester, known as the Mogul, became Storage Wars' indisputable villain with his obnoxious "Yoop" catchphrase and ruthless bidding tactics. At the series' start, Hester owned Newport Consignment Gallery in Costa Mesa and the Rags to Riches thrift store, but closed them in June 2011. He has this word "Yoop" imprinted on his trucks, t-shirts, and hats, turning his bid-catching call into a personal brand. Hester appeared in seasons 1 to 3 as a main buyer before being fired in December 2012. The reason? Hester sued A&E for wrongful termination, alleging producers staged scenes and planted valuable items in lockers to make certain buyers look successful. The lawsuit claimed that Storage Wars wasn't authentic reality television, but rather a scripted drama masquerading as real auctions. Hester alleged that producers would salt storage units with valuable items before filming, ensuring exciting reveals and big profits that made certain cast members look skilled when they were actually just following producers' directions. The lawsuit created massive publicity for Storage Wars, both positive and negative. Some viewers felt vindicated in their suspicions that the show was too good to be true, while others defended the entertainment value regardless of authenticity. Part of his lawsuit was tossed out in March 2013, but the core allegations remained unproven and unresolved. The legal battle put A&E in a difficult position: fire Hester permanently and validate his claims that whistleblowers get punished, or bring him back and risk appearing hypocritical. They chose the latter approach. Surprisingly, Hester returned for Season 5 despite the lawsuit and continued through Season 12, suggesting the legal dispute was settled, or that A&E needed his villain persona for ratings. His confrontations with other buyers, especially Daryl and Brandy Sheets, created compelling television drama that kept audiences engaged. Then came 2018's health crisis. While semi-retired, Dave suffered a hemorrhagic stroke caused by high blood pressure and sleep apnea. A hemorrhagic stroke occurs when a blood vessel in the brain ruptures, causing bleeding that damages brain tissue. These strokes are often more severe than ischemic strokes and require intensive rehabilitation. Dave survived but had to go through therapy to relearn the most basic tasks. Stroke survivors often must relearn how to walk, talk, eat, dress themselves, and perform daily activities that healthy people take for granted. The rehabilitation process can take months or years, requiring physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy, depending on which brain areas were damaged. For someone as loud and aggressive as Dave Hester, whose entire television persona was built on yelling "Yup" and outbidding competitors, the stroke represented a devastating setback. The physical and cognitive impairments threatened not just his television career, but his ability to run auctions, evaluate merchandise, and manage his business. The stroke ended his season 12 run and kept him off Storage Wars for 7 years as he focused on recovery and rehabilitation. The fact that Dave returned for season 16 after such a serious health event demonstrates remarkable resilience. Stroke recovery at his age is never guaranteed, and many survivors never regain their previous physical or cognitive abilities. Dave's comeback proves he's sufficiently rebuilt to handle the demands of filming, travel, and auction competition. Now operates Dave Hester Auctions, his own auction house, continuing in the industry that made him famous. His net worth stands at $4 million as of 2025, accumulated over decades of buying, selling, and auctioneering. For season 16 in 2025, Dave Hester made his shocking return. A TMZ clip shows Dave trying to stay undercover at an auction before he yells his signature, "Yoop," and shocks the rest of the cast. The villain's comeback represents one of reality TV's most dramatic returns, proving that even stroke survivors can reclaim their place in the competitive auction world. But what about the gambler, who once found Storage Wars' biggest treasure, health scares, and the biggest find ever?
Daryl Sheets from Storage Wars here, and you've got to pay your rent or I'll own your stuff.
Daryl the Gambler. Sheets is a storage auction veteran from San Diego who appeared as one of Storage Wars' original main buyers from Season 1 through Season 15. In the Season 2 special Unlocked Sell High, Daryl revealed he once found a plastic-wrapped human corpse in a locker. It was determined the previous owner had murdered his wife and left her in the unit. But Daryl's most famous find came in Season 3's finale. Daryl bought a locker for $3,600 that contained many pieces of original artwork by Frank Gutierrez. The artwork was appraised for approximately $300,000, resulting in the biggest profit in Storage Wars history. That single purchase defined Daryl's career and proved that massive paydays were possible. Not just television fantasy. Daryl often worked with his son, Brandy Sheets, nicknamed the Side Bet, who appeared alongside his father for 9 seasons. The father-son dynamic brought generational comedy to Storage Wars. Brandon provided youth, energy, and tech savvy, while Daryl brought decades of auction experience and gut instincts honed through thousands of unit purchases. The show cut ties with Brandon before Season 10 due to budget constraints. Brandon seemed to call out A&E in a deleted social media post. Funny how at AETV fired me for lack of budget, but they still have their people follow me on social media and want me to do free stuff. The bitter post suggested Brandon felt used by producers who wanted to maintain relationships with cast members for potential future appearances without actually paying them. Brandon relocated to Arizona, where he became a real estate agent and got married. The transition from reality TV star to real estate professional makes sense. Both careers require salesmanship, reading people, and understanding value. Brandon's knowledge of antiques and collectibles likely helps him assess a property's contents when staging homes for sale. Brandon's departure left Daryl working solo, which changed his on-screen dynamic considerably. Without Brandon to bounce ideas off or share the physical labor, Daryl had to be more selective about which units to pursue and more cautious about overbidding. The loss of his son as a partner likely accelerated Daryl's eventual retirement from the show. After Brandon's departure, Daryl continued solo through Season 15. After his time on the show, Sheets retreated from the limelight and went all out on a weight loss journey, shedding an impressive 40 pounds using the Nutri-System method. Hope is having $200 to buy a locker and a chance to change your life, Daryl said of his fitness journey. It's that same hope that motivated me to lose weight, but health problems plagued Daryl's later years. In March 2019, he revealed on Instagram that he was hospitalized after being sick for 3 months and having a mild heart attack. He added, "I have congestive heart failure and a severe issue going on with my lungs. These serious health issues forced Daryl to consider retirement from the physically demanding work of hauling storage contents. Storage Wars Season 16 does not list Daryl Sheets as part of the cast, marking his first absence from the show since its 2010 premiere. At 66 years old in 2025 with ongoing health challenges, Daryl may have finally retired from storage auctions. He operated a store called Show Me Your Junk in Arizona, though the current status remains unclear. His net worth is estimated between $4 to $4.5 million. Moving on, how are the husband-wife teams navigating Storage Wars evolution? The couples, Dotsons, Nazotas, and new additions.
Yeah, absolutely. They're casting right now for the right participants for this modern-day treasure hunt in Canada.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Dan and Laura Dotson, Storage Wars resident auctioneer power couple, became popular with audiences for their classic auctioneer prattle and have been the show's main auctioneers throughout its 16-season run. Dan has been a professional auctioneer since 1974, bringing over 50 years of experience to Storage Wars tapings. The couple runs American Auctioneers, a private auctioneering company that runs public auctions across California. Dan and Laura also own StorageAuctions.net, which handles storage auctions in the US and Canada. Despite rumors of a divorce, the couple is still happily together as of 2025. Dan's net worth stands at $4.5 million as of 2024. The Dotsons have successfully balanced their real auctioneering business with television fame, using Storage Wars exposure to build their companies while remaining grounded in actual auction work that continues whether cameras are rolling or not. Renee and Casey Nazota, known as the Bargain Hunters, joined Storage Wars during Season 4 and became main buyers in Season 5. Originally from Germany, Renee is an experienced buyer with extensive knowledge of reselling techniques and has been buying and selling storage units since the age of 11. Renee and Casey own the Bargain Hunters thrift store in Poway, California, a 7,000 square foot operation that closed in 2021. Since Season 9, Casey has appeared only as a semi-regular cast member, while Renee often attends auctions alone. Renee occasionally brings his father, Gunter, along in episodes. Gunter Nezota, Renee's father, who appeared in Seasons 8 to 15, worked as a bass player for artists like Pat Travers, Leslie West, Kevin Dubrow, George Lynch, and Michael Schenker also worked as photographers and actors. After a 6-month battle with cancer, Gunter died on March 21, 2023. Despite their thrift store closing, the Najotas maintain a YouTube channel with over 90,000 subscribers, featuring live auctions, collection acquisitions, and unboxings. They've pursued unique angles, including buying celebrity-owned lockers. In November 2018, they purchased Farrah Fawcett's storage lockers for $3,500 with lackluster results. It wasn't what we wanted. It wasn't this mega explosion unit. But we still found some stuff, Renee told People. Fawcett's nephew sued, alleging that a representative of the actress's estate lacked authorization to sell the contents of the actress's locker. This legal complication demonstrates the risks of buying celebrity storage units. While they generate publicity and viewer interest, they can also bring lawsuits from family members who claim items shouldn't have been sold. Undeterred by the Fawcett controversy, the Nazotas bought what NBA star Lamar Odom left behind in a unit, including game-worn jerseys, shoes, and mementos of his marriage to Khloe Kardashian. In 2020, they met up with comic actor Jamie Kennedy and bought film memorabilia right out of his garage. These celebrity acquisitions keep the Nazotas relevant beyond Storage Wars, giving them content for YouTube and social media that attracts audiences interested in celebrity memorabilia rather than just storage auctions. Renee's net worth stands at $1.5 million, while Casey's is also estimated at $1.5 million. Both continue to appear in Season 16, representing Storage Wars' most enduring couple alongside the Dotsons. But what about the solo buyers who joined later seasons? The later editions, Ivy, Mary, and Kenny.
All right, and if you're ready to go, I'm ready to go. And here we go. How much money? What's your pleasure? What are you gonna say? Hey, man, what are you thinking? How much?
$150.
I like that. I like $200. A bit better. And I got
Yeah.
150. What about 2 and 2, 2, 2.5? What about 3? What about 300? 300, 3.5.
Ivy Calvin, known as the King, joined Storage Wars during Season 3 after Dave Hester's departure and became one of the main buyers in Season 5. Before reality TV, Calvin was a former mixed martial arts fighter and arena football player who spent years traveling across the U.S. in search of auction gems. He owns Grandma's Attic thrift store in Palmdale, California. As of 2021, Grandma's Attic is still operating on Facebook, though it has shifted to more online sales due to COVID-19 restrictions. Calvin often teams up with Mary Padian, whom he calls his BFF. His net worth is estimated at $1.5 million. For Season 16, Ivy returns with his sons, bringing generational dynamics to his appearances. Mary Padian, known as the Junkster, was a former regular of Storage Wars, Texas, before joining the main show in Season 5. She became a main buyer in Season 6 and continued through Season 13, though only appeared in one Season 13 episode. Mary is the proprietor of Mary's Finds, an antique and furniture restoration business that sells items at marysfinds.com. Mary frequently works with Ubuntu Life, an organization benefiting special needs children in Kenya, by selling handmade bracelets and bags. Her net worth is estimated at $600,000. Mary has not appeared in Seasons 14, 15, or 16. Her last appearance was over 4 years ago. Her current activities remain private. Kenny Crossley, known as the Wild Card, appeared as a recurring guest in Seasons 2 to 4 before returning in Season 10 as one of the main buyers. He's a former New Orleans deputy sheriff who transformed his life, becoming a passionate buyer and resale entrepreneur. Kenny first started appearing alongside Barry Weiss in Season 2 before securing his main spot. Kenny provides comic relief with his charismatic personality while demonstrating genuine auction skills. He returns for Season 16, continuing as one of the show's most entertaining personalities. His journey from law enforcement to storage auctions represents one of Storage Wars' most interesting career transformations. But beyond the individual stars, what does the future hold for Storage Wars itself? Do you think Storage Wars can continue successfully without its original stars, Daryl and Barry? What's the most valuable item you've ever found in an unexpected place? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.